Heram Karmarkar, a marine engineer from Pune who was posted on a merchant ship GFX Galaxy in the Strait of Hormuz off the coast of Oman, was killed in the attack on Sunday. His family is something that has confirmed this tragic news, and his father-in-law has also confirmed the news. Now, Heram Karmarkar, who served as the third engineer on the ship before the attack, and his last message to his family was that we have safely crossed the Gulf, and then thereafter lost contact with the family. Let's in the meantime connect with Akansha on this. So GFS Galaxy, we are told that this was a container. There are several Indian on board as well who are working on foreign flagged vessels. But in the meantime, Heram Karmarkar was a third engineer on board the container vessel MV GFS Galaxy. And this has now been said as far as was missing after the ship was reportedly hit by a projectile in the Strait of Hormuz has now been confirmed dead by his family. And as far as his family is concerned, that they got the confirmation about the death of Heram from his company. And however, when it comes to the contact that is now being done on part of the government as well, because the container which was carrying cargo was sailing near the Omani waters there, and this impact reportedly, when it comes to a projectile that hit, caused a fire in the engine room, leaving the ship without propulsion. And this has now been said that the ship had reportedly a crew of 24 members, including 11 Indian nationals as well. However, rescue operations that were also carried out, and Heram's last contact with his family, where he confirmed that they had safely crossed the strait. But in the meantime, what is being said that it has been, he was on this tour for over 3 months at sea and was expected to return home to India very soon to be united with his family. So tragedy after tragedy, Akansha, unfortunately, what we are now reported. And as far as collateral damage is something which India too has now been suffering. I mean, sailors, people who have been working on board these commercial flagged vessels are also coming under attack.
Absolutely, and deeply tragic and disturbing to finally discover that very last ray of hope that perhaps Heram Karmarkar's family had shelved, that perhaps the son is safe, has also now been dashed to pieces, given that a confirmation has arrived that Heram Karmarkar is no more, as has been confirmed by the Omani authorities to the family of Heram Karmarkar. We are being told that his mortal remains are currently with the Omani Navy. They are then going to be sharing the mortal remains. They'll in fact be sending it to the company for which Heram Karmarkar was in fact working, and then eventually they will return to Pune. Now, the relatives of Heram Karmarkar, who we've reached out to, have confirmed to us here at Times Now that the Ministry of External Affairs is yet to contact the family, but they have one appeal that his mortal remains should reach safely in Pune so that the family can perform the last rites. As you've been talking about, that he was a third engineer on GFS Galaxy, that very commercial vessel which had been targeted by the IRGC when a projectile landed at roughly post 2:30 a.m. IST on Sunday, and that's when he went missing. And just yesterday, the family of Heram Karmarkar in fact received a confirmation from the company that he was working for that Karmarkar is no more. So it's been deeply tragic, and it was only yesterday that the Ministry of External Affairs had also summoned the DCM. He was accompanied by the political advisor to the Iranian embassy as well. Yes. And so India has strongly lodged a protest with the Iranian embassy here in New Delhi, urging them to get back to dialogue and diplomacy and to de-escalate the situation. Of course, they strongly flagged the killing of the Indian seafarer that happened day before yesterday on the super tanker that belonged to a UAE company. Yes. And we are trying to reach the family of that seafarer as well, who we are being told is hailing from Bihar. So yes, it is these foreign nationals, the innocent seafarers, commercial vessels which are unarmed vessels that continue to be in the crosshairs of this ongoing war between the United States and Iran, and it could perhaps now get even worse since we are being told that the United States has reimposed its blockade. We do not know which vessels are now going to come in the line of fire.
Absolutely, because there is a significant population. I mean, if we speak of Indian nationals who reside in the Gulf region, over 90 lakh, it is believed. And then there is significant crew as well that we are talking about of this particular ship also. This tanker that came under attack also reportedly had other Indian nationals who have been working on board the tanker. Now, strike response, another strike. This seems to be the escalation, what is now unfolding in the West Asian region, when the fighting is getting more intense and raising tensions across the Gulf, which started back on the 6th of July when Iran targeted 3 commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz. US responded saying that this is being done as a retribution, with the airstrikes being conducted in southern part of the Iranian ports. And Iran then closed promptly the Strait of Hormuz. And now we are looking at the US naval blockade that has now been reimposed. And this is now coming across as far as another killing that has now been reported previously of an Indian crew member who was killed in an attack on 2 UAE vessels. And India, meanwhile, has condemned the attack and has urged all sides to stop the violence immediately and return to dialogue and diplomacy.
We had issued a statement post summoning of the Deputy Chief of Mission of Iran. We conveyed to them our deepest concerns and that we strongly condemned what has happened. We lost a precious Indian life, and there are several Indian nationals who have been injured, and a couple of them are also seriously injured. So we conveyed our strongest protest with the Iranian side on this particular matter, that these attacks, which we condemn, must stop at the earliest.